Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Monday Motivation Sprints. I am Holly, your host, and I have my frequent guest, Zara, also here. Teresa, our other frequent guest, couldn't make it tonight, but she is here in spirit. I'm making it sound like something happened to her. um, but yeah, so yeah, we will be doing 30-minute sprints and chatting in between. We usually go to about 8 or 8:30, depending on how much we chat. Um, so let us know what you will be working on tonight. I see my twin here. Hello, Heather. Happy to have you here. And our lovely frequenter, Regina. Hello. You guys both know me, so I'm not gonna do my spiel.
No. We can skip that.
Yes. Regina says I'm trying to write the last chapter of a historical romance short. Ooh. Wow, when did you start that? I feel like you weren't working on that before. Like you're just flying through like projects like candy.
She is something. I don't know.
It's like wizard, okay.
I mean, kinda.
Yay. Yeah, so for me, I was so tired. I just woke up from a nap. I was exhausted. But I've got a lot of reading to do. And I haven't gotten too far in the diversity of slip book, so I need to make progress on that. I also got another first chapter critique from the same person that used my services like a month ago. She's like, "Hey, I've got something else for you." I'm like, "Oh, welcome back." So that's fun. The only first chapter critiques I've done through my services have been like young adult, but this is a middle grade, so I'm excited to read it. Um, but anyway, so yes, I am of course doing my mishmash of things and eating as well. Probably making a salad. So yeah, what about you, Zara?
I ate like 40 minutes ago because I couldn't wait. And now I'm ready to get to work. I did like a lot of admin stuff earlier today, but now I need to do like editing, formatting, and just bang this out as much as possible.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm like too exacting and like everything needs to like just flow correctly for me, but it's like when it comes out, I want it to look good. And now that I know that InDesign sometimes glitches and like repeats, like I'm now aware of that, so I'm now like super super careful about it. So it didn't happen with your book, and I'm not gonna let it happen with this book.
Yes, I know when you said that, I scoured through. I was like, I
Yeah,
do not want that to happen.
I know. Your arcs are already being printed.
I'm so excited.
The website took like 3 full days where it wasn't allowing me to upload the cover. Like it was stuck. And then on the 4th day, I was like, do I dare try again? And I did. And it uploaded in like 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
And then I submitted for approval, and it'll be like, we'll get back to you when it's approved and you can order. And it approved like in 2 hours. And I was like, I'm not questioning it. I'm not questioning it. We're going to order the copies.
Yes, just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Oh, phew. Oh, I'm so excited. Yes, I will. I'm looking forward to that. Speaking of which, if you guys haven't signed up to receive an ARC, which is an advanced reader copy or advanced review copy of A Diamond Bright and Broken, if you don't want to, or if you would like to read it 7 months before everyone else, you can sign up. I'm posting the link right now. There's only limited spots left. So last time I checked, there are 14 spots left. So we're over halfway through. So yeah, if you're interested in reading my YA epic fantasy early. Check it out.
Woo!
Heather says, I'm doing some online things, then we'll be reading in our Diversity is Lit book. That's what DIL we say for short. And oh, this is the third short since January. Wow.
Couldn't be me.
That's crazy.
I saw DIL and my brain was like, dill pickles.
I know, like I'll be like,
wait, I'm not hungry.
I'll be like DIL BOTM, like book of the month. Like I've got my acronyms and I'm like, yes, dill read. It's yeah. I'm like, I know this looks weird.
I know. It took me forever to know that though, for some reason. And I asked someone and they're like, book of the month, and I was like, oh, I feel really dumb, but as someone who had like never looked at a book subscription service, because I was like, I don't even read the books that I buy, like, because I just don't have time. Like I have a stack, which is currently thankfully being hidden by my purple like social media sign that's for me individually, my author platform, which is so sorely neglected.
I see. No, that's good.
That in like gray or something for Inimitable, and like have that here or something during streams. I don't know.
No, yeah, I've got, and I think I'm like, oh, I'm putting pressure on myself too, because my goal was to read all of the books, all of the physical books that I have on my shelves this year, and realizing that it's almost April, I should be a fourth of the way through, and I actually am. So I like color in when I finish a book. And so I've read 12 of the 48 physical books that I've had. So I think too, I'm like, I am giving myself so much pressure to just like read so much more than I usually do, because a lot of times like I'll like listen to audiobooks because it's just easier for me to digest it throughout like my life while I'm doing things and driving. So to be sitting and reading, it's very refreshing. But then also I'm like, I need to read.
Yeah. I wish audiobooks worked for my brain. They just don't. It's like people are like, oh, I do them during chores. And I'm like, then I either would mess up the chores or I would forget, like I wouldn't pay attention, and then I'd have to rewind. And then kind of what's the point?
It's hard. Yeah. It takes it's like it's a whole other like not skill set, but like not everyone can do it. It's not just like, oh yeah, listen and easily ingest the words. Because even for me, there's sometimes I'll be listening to an audiobook and I'm like, I am not absorbing any of this. I think I need to read a physical copy of this book. It just doesn't work. It's not working for me in audiobook form, whether it's like there's too many points of view, it's just very heavy world building. So I need to be able to like see it or look back at things. So it's interesting how I'm like, this book isn't an audiobook book.
Yeah. When I was in undergrad and even grad school, like I could just hear it, and because none of it was like imagined, and like I think because I have aphantasia where like it doesn't translate into
an image.
Like, oh, I'm having the image or I'm experiencing the movie or whatever. It's like, no, I need to see the words to know what or to fully listen and not have anything else distracting me to know what's happening.
Right.
I can't be like, oh, the last time I paid attention, this is what was happening. I'll just be like, I know the number chapter I was on and like the last thing that happened, but I can't say like, oh, they're in this place. So I need to fast forward to like when they mentioned that location. I would just be like, it was in this chapter. I need to rewind now. Okay.
So true. Yeah, the struggle is real. But CVVZ Designs, also known as Cami, is here, and she says, I'm new here. Hello, welcome. So happy to have you here. I need to get out 1,200 words for today's target. Sounds like a great goal. I'm building a habit rather than a finished work. I love that. I will talk too much about my cat, which I'm sorry for. She's my life. You are in, welcome company here.
Has multiple fur babies. Yes. I have one who normally lives with my mom.
This is Zuko. So yes, this is my black cat here, Zuko. Astrid, you saw earlier jumping on me, and then Oliver, who likes to eat any and everything, also makes freaking cat meows, or cameos as I call them. And also you will love the sprinting timer that I have every time we sprint. So stay tuned for that. Yes, we talk about dogs and cats. We love pets.
Regina was saying that Down the Well and Heirs Abundancy look really clean. Yeah, so that's because we caught errors in the ARC versions. That I had done it was fine, and then I printed the ARCs, and both authors were like, and I'm like, oh my God, how did, like, not only did a scene repeat, but it was like later in a random chapter. It wasn't even like, oh, scene however long it decided to like be, and then right underneath it and be like, didn't I just read this? It was like in the middle of something else. And so they luckily both caught it, but it was after ARCs had already gone out to like other people, and it was we fixed it before the print runs, but it was just like,
oh my gosh. Oh, well, I'm glad you caught that. Big whoops.
Yeah, there was a minor one in the Devil's Waltz that like someone had pointed out to Jesse, and I was like, we're already at the print. Like it was a minor thing. We fixed it, and
it happens.
The second print run, but it was like, yeah.
Yay, second print runs. I love it. Also, this is freaking adorable. I love that so much. Hello, Janine. I'm doing well, and Raf is here as well. Hello. I'll keep going through the comments, but let me put up our kitty race timer. Oops, I gotta click on the share screen here. So every race or every sprint, we do the kitty race timer, where you can vote for which cat you think will win the race, which is a big ball of yarn. And you can either vote for the color or the number cat that you think is going to win. We also give the cats names. So since Zuko's behind me, and I just finished Avatar, the first season of the live action, I'm gonna say 6 and go with the black one.
Okay, we have to talk about that. It can be after, so that the stream doesn't go on forever. But
yes,
I think I'm gonna go with 4.
Nice.
Which is the one I pick the most often and never remember the name.
I know.
Like now remember all the other names.
Was that
Smokey? Is 4 Smokey, or is that 7?
I don't know. I think he's Smokey and 7 is Ash, I think.
Okay.
Yes, Janine, I would just go to beta readers because they might become your critique partners over time. But I think if the critique partners aren't being consistent, then I think it's totally fine to just go with beta readers. Oh, yep, and that's what Regina said too. Ralph says, I'm trying to read more, going to start God, Emperor of Dune. Nice. But I really want to get to Cascade Failure by Solace. I read a few pages and it looks like a great space opera. Nice. I definitely don't read enough space operas. But I will keep that on my radar. And Courtney's here. You're not late. We are just about to start the first sprint. Yep. Oh my gosh, Regina, we're twins here. So
Regina's on it. Whenever Regina's in a chat, I'm like, do I really have to monitor it?
I know. Seriously. Thanks, Regina. All right.
At this point, Regina needs a wrench on your channel.
Yes. I'm going to give you a wrench, Regina. All right. We will start this first sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. Yay, Zuko won.
I'm happy for you.
Oh, that reminded me after you left last time and I did the sprint, I just started talking and then eventually people are like, "We can't hear you, Holly." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm on mute." Let me just say everything that I just said. I was like, it was so funny. I was like, "I need help."
No, that's funny.
Yeah, so number 6 one. Let's see who else. Did anyone else go for number 6?
I didn't see anyone else say.
Oh.
I picked 5,
Mm.
3, 7. I had picked 4, but
Mhm.
those are all the picks that I see.
Yay. Yeah, so how did everyone do during that first sprint? I ate my salad, which was very good, and then I finished a chapter of beta reading. And then I got distracted by this survey that came through on my email that I was like, "You can win a $100 gift card." I was like, "I will fill you out."
I finished like 2 book pages, so formatted book pages of just some like final rounds of edits to be like, okay, does it all flow correctly? Does it look good on the page, which sometimes requires some finagling and things like that. But this time, it wasn't InDesign that was messing up. It was copying from Word. It was like repeating like edits that weren't even in the document anymore, like from track changes that like
Oh
were,
my god.
and I don't understand how it wasn't even visible. You know what I mean? It wasn't
Yeah.
like, I don't
It wasn't there anymore. Oh my god. That is
caught that. I was like, why is this so repetitive? And I'm like, oh my God, this was the old phrasing of the sentence right next to the. So I've been like very, very careful with it. And I think it happened because I like had the Word document open for too long for some reason. I don't know. I
Oh.
explains it, but like it hadn't happened when I was editing and formatting the like first 8 chapters of the book.
Ugh.
So I'm like, why did it
Wonderful.
happen? And it's like, I don't know. I can just
That's
guess.
that's so annoying.
So
Ugh.
I quit Word and was like, you know what? I'm just going to go through InDesign for the rest of this chapter, word by word, and make sure everything's good. And then I will rinse and repeat for future chapters.
That's smart. Yeah. You have to go so meticulously.
It's like if I can't even trust what I'm copying and pasting.
Yeah. That's scary. That's kinda nice job, Word.
And I would say like, oh, maybe I've been wrongfully blaming InDesign, but that I know I haven't because like I would have noticed like, oh,
Right.
it's not repeated. And then also Keelan, who does the covers, when she was doing a cover, there was an error initially on the Storm Gathers cover, the first version
Oh.
of it, where every comma that was like done for like author, like blurb, author, name, and then author of whatever, the comma after the author names were all duplicated, even though she hadn't typed them that way. So it was like, okay,
My gosh.
I was just like,
No.
back, except when I don't.
Oh my gosh.
So be careful if you're self-publishing. Always check.
Yes. Oh, that's scary. Yeah. I'm glad at least you know to, like, go through that meticulously so
Yeah.
that there are no mishaps. Um, let's see. Regina did 919 words, wrote, I think. I think I said did because I didn't know if you were editing, but I'm like, "Oh, no, you're writing, correct?" 919 words after 2 hours of research. Girl, wow. Like, those better be the most, like, precise, like, exact, accurate words. Um, nice. And Raph, Says, I'm trying to power through a short story I'm writing. After next year, no more novel length projects for me for a very long time. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, sometimes the short stories are nice because you get those like quick wins and it feels really good. And I've been seeing a lot of like anthologies and stuff and short story collections, and so there's definitely a need for it and people are looking for that. So cool. Cami wrote 455 words. Awesome. And trying to control the flow of the scene rather than letting my verbal diarrhea spew forth.
I don't know. I just save that for editing later. Regina is one of my alpha readers / critique partners. It's basically I write a chapter and yeet it at her. And then one other person.
That's awesome.
I'm just like, I wrote it, here you go. By the time you've finished your feedback on it, it'll be a while. So like I don't take a break between my drafts because by the time that I've reached the end, they'll have definitely done feedback at the beginning.
Oh, that's smart.
Oh.
That's very smart, actually. Well, hopefully the scenes are flowing in a very controlled manner. Yeah, stopping editing as you go is nice because that stop and go is too much and it blocks your flow. At 221,500 new words since November 1st. Oh my goodness, like that's so impressive. Is that like how many projects is that? As I say, revision me is going to hate past me so much. That's why I try to write like as clean a first drafts as I can because I don't want revision me to hate past me. So
I mean, if I like see an error, I'll fix it.
Yeah, right.
I'm not like actively trying to like fix everything while I'm drafting, but if I'm writing and I'm like, oh, I made a typo, I'm gonna go back and fix that. Or if it's
so
like, I wrote out a sentence and I was like, no, I like already know I hate it, and like I will rewrite that. But yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. My house organizer has put most of my books in boxes for storage, so I don't have quick access to my historical volumes. Oh no!
Oh no!
Like no.
You have a box labeled with like all of them, like for by like kind, because maybe you could just pull a box out that is all like your historical volumes.
Yeah.
You probably still have to sort through that box, but maybe.
Man, it's so annoying packing books because it's like, well, here's like 5 books in this one box because that's all that'll fit. Like, you don't want to make it too heavy, and it gets heavy so fast. Like when I was packing last year when we almost moved, yeah, I was just like, I need to make sure I'm packing these in small boxes because the big ones, I'm like, well, I can only fit so much before this is like gonna take 3 people to lift. Okay, it's just one book right now. Whoa, epic fantasy. But it's to be expected when the world project I made on another legacy series has almost 350 characters with printed out character detail sheets and images from The Sims. What? Wow, you've got like a whole like epic fantasy is
I
or
feel
whatever epic.
I feel like maybe you're writing a full series single book and you're gonna like have to break it up.
I'm the only one who has to edit. Is this just for you then? Oh wow.
I mean, that's dedication. Like, good for you, but
yeah. Oh my gosh, that's very impressive. I'm much more of a world builder. Yes, I see. Speaking of like world building, did you guys see the new House of the Dragon trailers? No, you didn't ask last time. And no, I haven't watched any of it. I was interested in it, but I didn't. I just at the time whatever I had going on, I just never picked it up. So maybe whenever the new season comes out, I'll pick it up.
I've seen stills of it. but I
Does
haven't watched it because, like, I didn't watch the first season. Like, the whole
okay.
Game of Thrones world is just very triggering for me.
Oh.
So it's like I don't actively consume that content.
Mhm.
And so I'll, like, hear things or people complain or say I liked it, or they'll be like, "Oh, why can't we properly light a shot?" And I'll be like, "See, that's a valid question."
Ah.
I'm not gonna, like, go into the plot and find out what happened and things like that. And that's also, like, with the reading the books as well. So it's
Mm.
oh, I can't watch it. It's so yeah, I probably won't be watching the trailer.
Mhm. I wanna check it out and, like, see, form my own opinion. Um, yeah, that's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't watch it because of the, very graphic violence. And I watch, like, horror and scary movies, but, like, and like movies with gore, but sometimes it's too much for me, and that's when I'm like, okay, I will watch things like that, but that was too much.
I'm fine with violence, like fictional.
Yeah,
Really, really turns my stomach, which makes the
yeah,
news cycle not my friend. Um,
yes.
and then I'm fine with, like, sexy times
Mhm.
as well when it's sexual violence,
Yeah.
which is like it shouldn't even it's not, but it is at the same time where it's like a trope in adult fantasy. So
Mhm.
there's just multiple series where, like, I can't. And then
Yeah.
also for a while, historical romance was like, it's not historical romance without it. And I'm like, I have read historical
Oh,
romances without it. It can be done. I like them better.
no.
Stop for a while. And, like, for people who haven't read the Bridgerton books, it's in multiple the type it's in multiple ones. They put it into The Duke and I, where it didn't actually exist from the book, which was
Mm,
but if rumors are to be believed and, like, Benedict's story is season 4, they
yes.
include it from his book. I will say I'm sorry. There was the whole thing between Simon and Daphne that did exist in the book in a
Yeah.
much worse, but also, like, started a conversation in a healthy manner, that
Mm,
the show completely glossed over, but where in, like, the first episode where something almost happens, that doesn't exist in the book. Um,
okay. Whew.
but yeah, there's a series called The Effingtons, and it's, like, not problematic at all, and I'm like, "Yes, please do that."
The Effingtons. Oh, um,
Sorry, that was a complete yeah, but yeah.
no, it's fine. I was trying to see where we
I'm okay
left
with violence and I'm okay with
off.
sexy times, but when you combine them like Game of Thrones,
Yes.
I'm like, "No, I can't."
Yeah. Yeah, that was like, the spinoff of the movie Us was the, like, series on Amazon Prime Video, Them, and I had to stop watching that show because of it was, like, both at the same time, and I was like, "I am not okay." I
Okay,
was
I didn't know that. I would like, I hadn't gotten around to watching it just because again,
no.
no
Well,
time, but
I loved Us. Yeah, and I was like, if I wish I could erase it from my mind because I don't it's not I was just like, this is not for me. I just immediately turned it off. Yeah, it was too much. Um, unfortunately, but yeah, wanted to know the perspective of fantasy writers. Oh, let me pull up while we go through this. Let me pull up the second kitty race timer, which still has the 7 cats, but they're just in a different order. Um, since Zuko won, I will go with 1, which is number 1, number 1. See if he can do a twofer.
I think I'll go with Snowball this time, number 3.
Yeah.
I have
Yes,
no
Snowball.
loyalty tonight, apparently.
Yes. I'm not too knowledgeable of the fantasy world, so I'm not sure what's good or what's bad or good. If I ever write fantasy, it will probably be aimed for children. Yes, that's fair. Very fair. Um I can't stand gore or mental thrillers. Yes, I can avoid them pretty easily. Yeah, sometimes the mental thrillers can just that like give you that pit in your stomach, like
Gone
gut
Girl,
wrenching.
Girl on the Train.
Yes.
What was the other one? Woman in the Window,
I'm
or
trying to think.
was that the spoof?
I'm trying to think of what was that one?
Woman in the Window. Yes, that's the real one. There was some other one that like they made that was kind of a spoof on that genre. Like, had every single trope that you could imagine, but now I can't remember what the spoof was. But that one had Amy Adams in it, and it's also based on a book.
Oh. I'm trying to think. Oh no, it's not Margot. I'm trying to think. It was like an AI. It's not the AI controlled house. It was oh
Megan?
no, it was wait, what's this Tao? No, man, now I need to find it. But anyways, that one was like trippy.
Wait, can you describe it?
It was like, and I think it was on Amazon Prime Video, but like this guy goes to this house and there's this this like robot that he's supposed to like leave alone, but he like befriends her and he's like stuck in there or something because I think it was the person who created her like locked the guy in there or something, and so he was
I can picture it. Oh,
yeah. Did you watch it?
Ex Machina?
Yes, that's it. That's it.
I was like, it's not Smart House. That was by Disney and like very different.
I know, and I kept looking up, and there was like Margot about friends that go to a smart house and I'm like, no, that's not it. Yes, Ex Machina. Oh, thank you. That was gonna
Margot.
That one I've seen. I was curious about that one. I probably should add that to my watch list, even though these 4.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 63% on Rotten Tomatoes. Well, ooh, but Vanessa Morgan's in it, and she's I have to watch it now because she's the inspiration behind Raven, so
oh yeah.
Yes. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. So we will Oh, Katie, thank you. You got it. I don't know if it was before.
Before we got I think I said it maybe at the same time, but I didn't see the comment.
Yeah. And Three Body Problem. I added that on my Netflix. Yes.
That's on my list. I haven't.
I've read far too many manhwas where the authors put into their own worlds and things unravel for them because they weren't cohesive. I have become obsessed with making the details match. Ooh, I love that.
My mom watched my mom really likes watching thrillers or whatever, and she watched some like mini series or something, and it's like, oh, I finally got to the person who did it because she knows I'm not gonna watch it. And she's like, and I hated it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because there was no psychological buildup. It's just all of a sudden it's like, boom. Oh, my mom's a psychologist, if anyone's wondering. So like it really irked her. It was also really funny watching, or not funny, but like we watched A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and she's like, I know he's awful because he turns into President Snow, but like, where did the switch happen? He doesn't seem that unhinged for most of the movie. I was like, oh, he's unhinged the whole time if you've read the book.
Yes.
Monologue will get you.
Such a good one. Oh my gosh. Yes. Just realized that I did not watch the movie. Only read the book, so
you can buy it now.
Oh my gosh. There's I can't believe I was like, wait, yeah, this came out in November. Oh, that's why November 17th, because I had my 4.5-month-old puppy, and that was the start of me being sick for 2 months. So okay, that's why I missed it.
Did you get sick then? And I forgot that's also when around the time. Yeah.
Yes, that was.
It
The
was a
month
good
that should not be
movie.
named.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Someone had said there was a video essay that I haven't watched yet that, like, talks about whether or not it's a good adaptation. I
Mm,
wanna watch what they say, but I haven't watched that yet, but,
got it. Got it.
um, yeah.
Oh, fellow inimitable author Kay, hello.
Hi.
We are about to start our second of 3 sprints. So let us know which cat you think is going to win, either color or number. And we will get started in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. Yes, Zuko won again, number 1. Oh,
I can't even be upset.
the
You know,
Switzy's so happy.
I think I'm next. I picked
Yeah,
number 3.
yeah, Snowball's next.
But you know, you're the host, so I'm always happy when you win.
Yeah, I don't win very often, so I'll go for it. Let's see. Anyone else do one? I see 2, 3. Oh, Katie. Yay, we won, Katie. Okay, perfect. Yay. So, how did everyone do for that second sprint? Cami said I wrote almost nothing. That's fine. Instead, snuggling with the fuzzy butt, love butt. If I say bug, she scatters as she's afraid I'll kill it. Even though I switched to relocation a year or more ago. Yeah, sometimes I have to like be careful with the words I'm saying because it'll trigger something like, oh, something's happening.
I have to spell out a lot of words. Well, but my mom and I do it so often that I'm half convinced that Riley still like has figured it out that this sequence of sounds still means the like more condensed.
Yes, like
Like
WALKOOUT. Yes, yes.
you know,
My mother-in-law and sister-in-law, they say like QP to go for like a quick potty. So we're like, oh, let's do a QP. And like,
they eventually put it together. So
yes.
it's like, you know, I'll mix it up every so often. I'll be like, instead of FOOD, I'll be like FOOD, or I'll be like, you know what she wants. And like, I just don't even have to say, you know, or like, I'll like glance at it or whatever. If we're sitting I'll just glance towards the kitchen or something. Or if we're in the kitchen, I'll like glance toward the treats, which is on one side, or I'll glance like at the fridge or something. And she's too smart.
Yep.
And like, there's a part of me that's like, am I contributing too much? And then I have to remember that she, as a puppy, pulled orthotics out of someone's shoes and also unzipped someone's bag. So like,
what? Okay, yeah.
And also unlatched her like pen.
Oh,
when we were no longer keeping her in a crate, and it was like, nope, she's that smart. She
nope.
is that smart.
Gosh, yeah, that was like my sister-in-law. One time, she came home, and her dog was outside of the crate, and the crate was locked. And so she was like, how did you get out and then like relock your it was weird. We were just like,
yeah, no, Riley didn't relock it, but there was another time where we were just trying it again, just like to see. We're like, we want to see what happened. And we were like, my mom was in the room, like her bedroom is like right next to the study where the pen was, and then my room's on the other side. But I think like one of us had left our phone there or something to film or whatever. This was way before we like ended up getting a security camera to watch Riley. During the pandemic, we had like briefly moved to New Jersey where she was never left alone. And then we moved back to New York and we would leave her alone to run errands. And she started like howling and our neighbors were like, oh my God, we have to watch what's happening. But anyway, so this was like years before that. And we like left a phone and we saw her like with her nose in her paw, like unlatch the thing and walk out. And we're like, I mean, it's what we thought, but like, goddamn.
I know, smart puppy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're too smart for their own good sometimes. So, let's see. Kay wrote 294 words. That's awesome. Woohoo. And yay, Janine ended up with some promising alpha readers. Yay. That's great. Yeah, so I finished that survey and then I went back to my critique partner's story. And they're like long chapters because it's 105 pages and there's only 12 chapters. So I'm still on. I didn't finish a chapter, but I'm making good progress on it. I've had a genius Papillon, so I totally get the too smart thing. He would unzip my luggage and pull out his dog food in a baggie. Oh my gosh. Now, thankfully, my pet's like, as long as there's zippers, it's fine, but it has to be completely zippered.
Well, it was my cousin who was coming like to visit, and we were like, your bag has fringe on it, and you have like lip balms, lipstick, like all these things that like you don't want a little kid in and you don't want a dog in.
Mm-hmm.
Put it up somewhere, and so she put it on like, it was a cross shoulder bag or something.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she put it up, but apparently Riley pulled on the strap to pull it down and then unzipped it and then like tried to like wound up trying to eat the chapstick, but luckily on like the cap, and did take the cap off, but apparently didn't care about the actual chapstick. Like she probably sniffed it and maybe took one lick and then was like, ugh. And like,
was like, no, I'm done.
Oh my God. Like we had tried to avoid all that. It's still.
And
then the shoes. Who would have thought that our dog would steal orthotics?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're just sitting on the shoe mat. She'd never gone after any of mine or my mom's. But family friend comes over and she'd like, all of a sudden we see her like leaning on something and we're like, what are you doing? And we look and we're like, oh my God, we're so sorry.
They find
She's never done this before.
Yeah, that's like when you know, because like when I'll visit Heather, she'll be like pointing to me and she's like, they never do this. And you know, her cats they're doing something different. And it's like, yeah, because they're like, oh, we gotta be crazy. Something different's happening.
Yeah.
I did parkour in the house. Open cabinets, that's awesome. Wait, most of the time when I tell the spiders to go the other way or keep it moving, when they have stopped running past my path, they listen. Oh my gosh. Oh, spiders, no. I think word finally spread that if they leave me alone, they live. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh, I know you're like helping with the
pests.
Yeah, the pests, but I still don't want you to like crawl on me when you end up somewhere that I am. So it's like right now you're not in my way, but you might be in my way.
Whenever a bug has like gotten into my apartment or my mom's or whatever, Riley's first instinct is to sniff it, and if it's alive, I like move my foot and like just shove her back. And I think she's very confused. And then like after I kill it and like dispose of it, she'll like go to the area where it was, and like normally there's like never a stain, thank God, but one time there was, and I was just like, nope, and I like put her somewhere else, kind of locked her in my room and like sprayed it with like whatever I could. And I was like, oh my God. I don't want Riley, like, I don't know what I don't want Riley to do, but it's not what she was trying to do.
That, yeah. Funny enough, like Oliver, you know, being the food mongrel, like if he sees an ant or a spider, you know, or a fly, he's going to catch it. So I know that he can, you know, kill it. And I'll like tell him too, because a lot of times he'll just be batting it. And I'm like, no, you actually have to kill it. You're just like torturing it now by just like pawing it. Like, and then I'm like, you have to eat it. And then he eats it. And I'm like, good boy.
Yeah, no, I'd probably see that. I'd be like, I'm not going to comment on it. Like I would say like don't play with your food, but I wouldn't like be like good for eating it. I would just be like, and I don't want to know what happens next. Like I know what happens next, but I don't even witness it.
Yes. The best thing about having apnea is that I have the full lower face mask. Oh, so that's the one good thing. So I took my hair over my ears and I'm bug free when I sleep. That's
Please
amazing.
don't talk about, like, because for people who don't have apnea, I know what that implies and I know what science says, and I just don't want to think about it.
I don't want to either. There's actually not a lot of crazy colored cats in this one. I mean, there's some, but not as many as there usually is. It's a lot of like normal looking cats over here. So you can either pick a color or a number, 1 through 30, even if you're not sure what the number is. Yeah, that's fine. And sometimes as they start running, you can be like, "Oh yeah, that's my number."
I think I'm 18, the light purple.
Mhm.
It's like
Cool.
smack dab in the middle.
Kay went with the darker purple.
Yeah.
Um, ooh, do I stick I have to go for a three fur with black. I think that's 7. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 7. I have to.
Is it not
Uh,
6? No, you're right. It's 7. I can't.
yeah, I had to count. Yeah. um, all right, let us know which cat you think is going to win this final sprint. We will get started in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone.
I am 17 and Kay is 14.
All right. Oh, my streak with Zuko uh did not last.
Oh.
You didn't even make it on the screen, boy.
I'm on screen. Just
So, yeah, so if the cat that won didn't win, we go to whoever's next in line.
did anyone pick 30 or 10? Because those are the next two.
Mm-mm.
Kay picked
No,
14.
I think Kay.
Courtney, and then Courtney picked any purple.
Oh yeah,
Oh, no, 22. No, 22 is not black though.
oh yeah, no, that
He
wasn't the
said
black
only if
one.
it was okay. So then Courtney also said any purple. So like I assume we'll just give her.
Yay! Yeah, so Kay and Courtney. Woo! I wasn't even close. I know for me, I'm always just like, just be on the screen.
If I had stuck to my light gray or my white from either of the first two sprints, I would be further than the 17 I ended up going with.
I almost went with the blue, but it wasn't number 2. It was like one in it was in the 20s. So Regina. I think number 1 went into heat and is fooling around in the bushes. That's the best comment ever. Oh my goodness. I love that comment so much. 23 was the dark red brown that most black cats are when the sun hits their fur. Yes. Oh. Yeah, I read another chapter and a half. I think I'm almost uh done with this. Let's see, with one more chapter. So that was productive. And then I fed the pets their night treats. I was like, am I okay saying this? Okay. Because Zuko was kind of looking at me and I was like, I don't want you rushing all over me when the sprint ends, so I'll just give you guys your schnocks now. um oh, sorry. Kay said she got 357 words. That is amazing. So yeah, you got like over 600 words this stream. And then Janine asked, anyone doing any April writing challenges? I'm just going to be doing my normal Monday night motivation sprints.
Can I stay on top of my workload? That's my challenge.
Yes.
My constant challenge.
Yes. Yes, that is a constant challenge. The problem is I need to not like self-sabotage and then like freeze and then not do any of the things that I need to do. Good one, Zara.
Thank you.
Yeah. How did you do during that sprint?
Just been editing. I didn't count how many pages I had edited for the previous sprint. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. I think for the second sprint, and then for this one, I've kind of been working on one page because there were lots of. No, I've done 2. My bad. I've done 2 done and was working on the third when the timer went off. There were lots of instances in the rest of this chapter of things being repeated. So I'm just like, old edits not being. So. This is why I go through and I'm careful. That's why I can't take anything for granted, but it's so annoying.
That is really, really annoying.
Because it's like I already edited this part. Why do I have to like go back in?
Yeah, it's giving you like double the work.
Kind of annoying. Could be worse, but definitely annoying.
Yeah. Oh, look, yeah. I always say, I'm like, are you really a writer if you don't have imposter syndrome and depressive ruts and self-sabotage? Self-sabotage?
You forgot the anxiety
Yes, and anxiety, yes.
and procrastination.
Yes, yes, and I'm being called out so hard right now.
Oh, I mean, I am too. If you're being called out, then I guess we're both like on the
I'm
target
glad
and we're just throwing darts.
I'm glad I have a publisher who understands.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that's maybe one of the things that helps me with dealing with authors is like, no, I've literally been there and I also self-published this. So like I
Mhm.
self-published myself. So like I know what you're thinking as the author about your book being published, but because I've done grad school about traditional publishing and then have independent personal experience with self-publishing, I can be like, well, this is how it's on this side and this is how it's on this side.
Yes.
This is why neither side is the most optimized and we're going to meet somewhere in the middle.
Right.
When possible.
Um, no, no nano, no camp. Um, yeah, probably in the past I would have like named mine that, but I'm just gonna keep them the Monday motivation. 400 short of my target and have confirmed that I need my soft music to focus. Yes. I love my like that background instrumental music.
You
Is
listen to certain music, like a specific song or a specific artist, or is it just like you type in a certain genre and then you listen? You or Cammy?
yeah, I want to know too, Cammy. Yeah, just like in either like video game soundtracks or just I think I subscribe to like just like instrumental music and then I'll find like, oh, this is like um for like an epic battle scene and here's more for like a quiet like romantic vibe or something. So I'll try to like switch it when I'm like, oh, it can kind of set the tone for me. So I've got like a music. I think it's public. I've got like a music, like a writing music playlist with all the ones that I've added. But I know some like they add like ads and then I'm like, "Oh, there
So
weren't ads before, but there are now." So I haven't like cleaned that out I added since I made it maybe like 6 years ago. I just keep adding to it. So
wow, yeah.
um all those things you forgot to list out are part of the self-sabotage. Yes. Um, oh, what did I see? What while the dog was on the far couch, your cat sat up and looked the same size. Oh, that's hilarious.
That is funny.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So Oliver made his cameo.
For the music,
Oh,
I have a bunch of lo-fi.
oh, nice. Yeah.
I normally don't listen to music when I'm writing, but I had found an instrumental album called Eons. It was spelled
Ooh.
with an A though at the start, so like the old English
Oh,
Greek version or whatever. Um,
yeah.
and I listened to it when writing my Stellar Blood trilogy because the aliens are called Eocronians, which is from the
Ooh,
word eon. That's how I came up with it. So I was like, I feel like this is appropriate, and so
cool.
it felt kind of space-ish. But yeah.
Yeah, nice, nice. I know too, like kind of like with your writing sprints where there's like the typing in the background, I've got some on my playlist too where it's like write with me and then I hear the typing so then it's like I don't feel like I'm alone and yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
That's
So,
what my timers are. But when I'm writing myself, I normally like have a comfort show on in the background that like I've memorized so that if I was watching, I could say them
mm,
as they happen or even in advance. But it's like it's background noise, so I can just write. But if that I can't do new shows.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I would be distracted. Yeah. It starts chill, builds up by the last file. So I'm pumped up for the last writing sprint and usually get out 700 plus words in 20 minutes. Ooh, I like that. Like a steady build. I used to listen to music, but my favorite's either baseball or old movies in the background. I like that too. Yeah, something to just kind of like have that background noise. Like Like if you're at a cafe or something like that.
Yeah.
ASMR makes me feel nothing but rage.
If you ever came to one of my sprints, then you'd have to mute us when the timer's on. But I do always announce that. I'm like, the typing is built into the timer. You can mute us and come back. But yeah, I think that's misophonia, which is no
Oh.
say when it's like, oh, you don't like the sound of people chewing, but it can apply to other things as well.
Interesting. I get too excited for the scenes I know. Yeah. For me, I can't have music with like lyrics because then I want to sing it. So yeah, even if I know the song, but it's just the instrumental, I'm okay. But if there's lyrics, I
No,
can't write
my
words and
brain will
listen to the
sing the
words.
lyrics. My brain will sing the lyrics. Like I love
Yep.
the instrumentals that Bridgerton does, and I have them on my phone and I do them for playlists. Like if my mom is driving somewhere and I'm like, "You want to play music? Like we can do that mixed in with like songs with lyrics."
Oh,
If
nice.
I played that, I'd be singing it in my head. And if it's music from like a movie, or in your case, you said like a video game or something, anything that like there was something visual to it at first, my brain will recreate that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm no longer focusing on what I'm doing. So it's like it has to be music without lyrics, or with lyrics that I don't know, with nothing that it was ever paired with it. Like it has to be like I can't make an association. And I also can't think about it, because if I do, I'll start being like, "Oh, this chord is repeating," and I'm like, "Why, Brain? Why are you like this? This is not what the focus is. Play like unobtrusive music so that you don't pay attention to
it." Yeah, it's supposed to be like, what's it? Like not you become numb to it, but yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. I can't do movies because I watch them. But music, even with lyrics, I zone it out somehow. Nice. All the sing-alongs. That could be your reward. It's like, oh, now I can finally sing to these songs.
I remember being a kid, my mom had this VHS that was like Disney sing-alongs, but it was like Under the Sea, Zero to Hero.
Oh, yes.
I don't remember what else. I think it was also I Won't Say I'm in Love, Make a Man Out of You, and
so
Reflection.
epic.
Maybe also Part of Your World. I don't know. I feel like it was 2 from each movie or something.
Oh, you got the bangers, man.
It was like a really good VHS. I don't think they
Dang.
do that anymore. Where it was like a compilation.
I would love that. Yeah. Because those are all the ones like everyone knows the lyrics too.
Yeah.
With movies, I don't always know what's coming next, but with songs I know, I can fade it into the background, hum in my brain. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Cool. Well, I know we are quite over the usual time. I have to I am going to spend time with the hubby. But yeah, this was a great productive stream that we had, and some great conversations we had as well. This was a good chatty stream. But thanks for joining us. We are here every Monday, 6 to 8 to 8:30ish Central Standard Time. I haven't scheduled the April sprints, but I will be doing that this week, so be on the lookout for that. Subscribe if you haven't already so you can get notified of my streams. And yeah, it was super fun to see both old and new faces here. So hope you had a good start to the week, and we will see you next time. Bye.